It's really tough making time for creative passions like art, writing, music, making YouTube videos. Most of us have school, a job, or other life things that just get in the way of what we really want to do, which is pursue our creative passions that could turn into something bigger. But there are hidden benefits to having limited time for these creative passions that I'm going to tell you about in this video. My name is Gian. I'm a creator with a full-time job helping busy people pursue their creative passions and unlock their creative potential. Believe it or not, there are actually some benefits to having limited time for your creative hobbies or your creative pursuits, and they all stem from the constraint of having limited time. This is a con in some ways, but there are some hidden benefits to it that a lot of people tend to ignore. Point number one, limited time creates focus and a sense of urgency. When you really want to do something and you don't really have as much time as you'd like, you're much less likely to waste that time on bullshit activities. A good example is when you had 3 weeks to do an essay and you started it the night before and somehow you cranked it out because it needed to get done. That's an example of focus and working with a sense of urgency that stems from limited time. It also helps you prioritize. If you only have so much time to make YouTube videos or draw or make music, you're more likely to focus on things you actually like to do. For me, recently, it's been drawing faces. It's fun to try and make a face that actually looks like a face and try and make it look good. That's really all I have the time to focus on aside from making YouTube videos. So I naturally just focus on the fun stuff. It's counterintuitive, but this can make you more productive with, ironically, less time. Next, another hidden benefit is by spending your time on a lot of different things and not just your creative pursuit, you are essentially spreading your time investment into different parts of life. If you have to go to work, go to school, do other things, you are living other parts of your life that are outside of your creative pursuit, which can be a good thing. You're making the world better, hopefully. You're forming experiences that can inform your creative work, which is really cool. And you're basically shaping the all-around person that you're being just by living other parts of your life. This time spent on other things is valuable, even if sometimes you feel like, oh, I'd rather be making music, I'd rather be writing stories when you're doing something else like working your job. I feel like this can naturally get lost if you're always thinking about the thing that you'd rather be doing instead of just focusing on the present moment. So if the time you're spending on non-creative things really sucks, hopefully you can learn from it or grow in some way. By experiencing life outside of your creative pursuit, you'll naturally get an understanding of what gives you energy and what takes it away. If you're feeling frustrated with your creative pursuit, like feeling shitty about your art, you have other things to rely on that you've invested time into that you can depend on to balance things out. You are spreading your life out into other areas that make a fulfilling life. This really applies if you have a job that isn't your creative pursuit or your creative hobby. So for me, I have a full-time job. I don't need to make money from making YouTube videos. I don't need to make money from drawing or doing art or design. I can do it for fun and then have them both balance each other out. On the art side, I can just do whatever I want, really. Do what's most fun, do what's most interesting to me, and then I get my money from another source. Having a job and doing your creative hobby on the side is really the opposite of the starving artist stereotype where you give everything up just to pursue your craft. Sustaining my creativity and trying to live a long life is more important than just singularly pursuing a creative pursuit. So I think I can go really far and be successful and find fulfillment if I'm not starving while doing it. On top of that, you'll also lower your chance of burning out on your creative hobby because you naturally spend less time on it, right? It's hard to burn out on something you don't really get to do as much as you'd like. It actually makes that time for me more precious and more exciting. Time for the deepest point of the video. Having limited time for your creative passion, whatever it is, forces you to confront and understand the true value of your limited time. I think we all know deep down that our time is really precious and obviously it's limited, but we still tend to waste it on shit that doesn't really matter or doesn't leave us fulfilled. This became really clear to me when I left college and started working full-time. I didn't have as much time for my hobbies in general, let alone my creative hobbies like drawing, design, and art. Even now it's a challenge, but I do manage to make these YouTube videos, which I'm really happy about, as well as get some time to work on some design projects, which is really cool. It made me realize really quickly that I shouldn't be wasting my time on distractions like Instagram or Reddit. Not that those are necessarily bad, but I was making myself comfortably numb and losing that time when I could have been putting it towards something that actually leaves me fulfilled and makes me happy. Having that limited time really forced me to cut through the bullshit and the distractions because I knew that would be the difference between me regretting my time and me being happy with how I spent my time. And for a lot of us, especially you if you're watching this video, creating stuff, making stuff, trying to make our dreams come true in a creative form is really what brings us happiness and brings us the most fulfillment, even if it's challenging and requires a lot more energy than just sitting there watching TV. If you come to this realization, you'll realize the precious time you do have that is spent creating something, doing something fulfilling, even though it can be frustrating and challenging at times. That's a really beautiful thing, and we really shouldn't waste it. Limited time can actually be really helpful, but if you do want to make some more time and space in your day for your creative pursuit, check out this video where I give you the right mindset to have to effectively make more time for your creative work. All right, check it out. Bye.